The mailing label section of the photo booth operator is where you have the opportunity to create mailing labels on two different size printouts for single individual contact or bulk contact if you're doing some kind of direct mail marketing. When you click on the marketing mailing label section, first you are presented on the left with the size of the label, and we use Avery codes for common formats. As you see, we have the default, which is the 2x4 inch, sort of the large, 10 to a page. You also have available the 30 to a page, 2 5/8 by 1 inch. Then you have a choice of either selecting a mailing list or a address list from either clients, venues, operators, or partners. On the right, you'll see a starting label indicator. Depending upon what size you choose, you either have 10, as is in here, or if we switch over to the Avery 5160s, it becomes 30. We'll switch back. A lot of times when you print things out, especially if you just print singles, you'll have leftover stickers on your sheet. No need to waste them. If, for example, you have the first three already printed out and you select the fourth, then we will X out the first three and we will start printing out on the third label. Now, we do need to have some information, so we either do a mail list or use a list of clients, venues, operators, partners. We're going to use clients here. As you can see, our option for the other one disappears. And now we have a little bit of a chance to zero in and drill down to specifics. So if we would like to add conditions to this list, we can. We don't have to. It is optional. What we're saying right now is we would like to generate a mailing label for every single client that we have. We can also search and filter on a field. So let's say, for example, that I would like to send to the zip codes that are greater than, and in a particular area of the country, the 3, 4, ... are in a different area than the 3, 3, ... So we'll do, actually for this list, we'll do 6, 4, 0, 0. If I want another condition, I can add it. So let's say that I also want to do zip codes that are less than 6,500, because I don't want to go out of state, 65,000. If I don't have a good condition, I can remove it here. And we could add more conditions, and then you always select whether it's and or. So you have a chance to really drill down and get into some specifics of your list. The only fields that you have available to you are ones that are applicable. So for instance, on our clients, we don't have the wedding date and age as a guaranteed field. So obviously, as you have clients, many of them may have wedding dates. They may have events assigned to them. But you can add a client that doesn't have a wedding date. Additionally, the wedding dates can be in the past. On the flip side, if you're importing a mailing list that you receive, say, from a wedding show, oftentimes those will contain wedding dates and ages. So you have an opportunity to filter on those from lists. When you click on the next step, the photo booth operator is going to attempt to give you an idea of what kind of a printout we're looking at. So let's go ahead and click that. Photo booth operator at the top here gives us our options based on our label, and it is different if you're using the smaller labels. But in this case, we can do the logo, image, and address, the company name and address, or just the receiver's address only, which is particularly effective if you have pre-printed labels. Using the filters, we did not find any results. And it says no entries have a complete address with, so nothing just to print. And we're doing a results where zip is greater than 64,000 and zip is less than 65,000. So we're going to change our criteria. And we're going to get rid of these conditions and do our next step here. Now we have 140 results. Again, we can change our criteria or we can generate labels. Additionally, we have the option here, as you can see by these check marks, to indicate which items or which ones on this list we would like to print or not to print, and we can either select all or select none to make it fast. What the photo booth operator does do also is it goes through your list, and because these are going to be mailing labels, it searches to ensure that you have a full address being an address, street, a city, a state, and a zip. If you're missing any one of those, then the photo booth operator designates it as not a full address and does not check mark it. So if we look here, we can see that old Jennifer McConnell here, we have a state but no zip, city, or address. And as such, the photo booth operator did not check mark that. You can check mark it if you'd like. Your printout, though, will basically be blank. Okay, so once we have all the items selected that we'd like, then we want to go ahead and generate our labels. The photo booth operator reports that our labels have been generated. There's 135 labels over 14 pages. In other words, 10 to a page. And if you click the View Print Labels, the photo booth operator opens up a PDF, and you can print. If you remember correctly, this might look a little bit funny, but we told the photo booth operator to skip the first 3. So there's nothing there, and it starts on the 4th one and just prints them all. We can go back and change our criteria if we'd like. So those addresses were great, but they were missing our logo and company name. So let's go ahead and generate these again. This time we've selected logo, image, and address. We click View Print Labels, and you see now that the logo and address has been added.